Evening, brothers and sisters, friends and family. Do me out. That's a weird looking license plate. That looks like a cop. That's definitely a cop. Oh man, what a day. Got some stuff done. Got to play with the new 4-post lift. Figuring out that can't really fit the bigger trucks. It'll lift them once you get it on there, but it's kind of crooked. Oh yeah, we're in a 35. Let's go. Just want to invite everybody to go check the Patreon page. Put out daily devotionals Monday through Friday at noon. For those who are signed up for the $1 a month membership, deep dives, the most recent being me to account on the next one. I might poll on YouTube to see what the next study or deep dive people want to look at. Let's see how the numbers look when I get to Bradley Road. Around 20 would be nice, but that's what I had this morning before I even, or just about the time I got onto the big road. Probably have a different crowd watching this time of day. We're probably going to lose sunlight. The sun is just about ready to go down. Welcome. This is the drive home. Leave a comment. Something that you found interesting today. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that. Oh, let's see. I can't read the comment right now because I'm dealing with traffic. Sedikov Ramzan. I hope I got that right. What's up, bro? Welcome to the drive home. Talk about all kinds of stuff, including the devotionals that I put out Monday through Friday over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brother Alec. I also have some perks for people that sign up for the $1 a month membership. I'm well, brother. I'm blessed. Today I worked 2 different jobs. My day job, the primary job, is oil changes and tire swaps, tire rotations, all that. I am from New England in the United States. Oh, somebody trying to get the #1 fan. I wish I could turn that off, but my second job is working on outdoor power equipment, snow blowers, lawn mowers, all that stuff. Rototillers, weed whackers, side-by-sides, four-wheelers. I don't know everything, but I have enough of a skill set that my second job puts me to work on a regular basis. Yeah, this guy's just lighting me up. Golden something or other, man. You can calm down on the comments, bro. If you're gonna comment something useful, that'd be great. Something that I can respond to. If somebody else would like to comment just as much, take that number one position from them. Because I know that's what people do. They like to come on and take the number one spot and take off. Thank you. Appreciate that. What have you been up to? Let's see. Golden Beeb. What have you been up to today? So for anybody else that's watching, wow, 5 likes. I'm doing better tonight. School. Yeah, school can be a thing. I don't know, man. You in high school, university, trade school? Trade schools, I always like the idea of people taking advantage of the trade schools, only because those are some of the highest paying jobs in the market right now. Electricians, plumbers, home construction. Ooh, I can't read that. Intermediate. What would that be in America? Yo. Got another one. Nintendo Switch. Got a Nintendo Switch talking to me? Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. You know, it's nice to be able to get notified when the people that you're subscribed to go live. I utilize the live format for multiple reasons. One being I don't have to record it, edit, and post. I know that means something, brother. Man, I can't even read it. God be with you, I believe is what that means. I'm the real Nintendo. What did you switch? Oh, let's get this cruise control up a couple more miles an hour. How about that? See how that works out for me. Yeah, I can't read that one either. No idea. Appreciate the comment. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate people watching. I come on here mostly for the numbers. No, I don't want a free Nintendo Switch. I barely play mobile games. I have no reason to play. I don't want to sound offensive, but I don't have time to play video games that often. I've got a Chromebook with Farming Simulator on it. And there's the wife. Of course. What do you mean, of course? This is morning and evening, every day. Oh, I see what you're doing. All right. Keep it up, dear. Keep it up. I'm always your number one fan. Ever since before I started streaming on YouTube.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Someone's trying to call me. Nice. Thank you for the call, whoever that may be. I guess they didn't like the fact that I called them out. This guy's gonna ride my bumper all the way up Bradley Road. Thank you everybody that's watched. Thank you everybody that's liked. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We talk about all kinds of crazy random stuff on here. I do share my faith. I do tell people that I put out daily Bible devotionals Monday through Friday. They come out at noon over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Brother Alec. I also do for those who sign up for the $1 a month membership, I put out weekly topical deep dives. The most recent one being spiritual maturity. I've been trying to figure out, maybe I'll put a poll out as a post on YouTube on what the next topical deep dive people might be interested in. I'd love to be able to add a Q&A, but I'm driving. Seems to always be right about Bradley Road, the brewer end of it. I get a bunch of people watching and then they just keep scrolling. Like, why not leave a comment so I can interact with you? I'm glad that your phone's cooperating with you, dear. Glad I'm not just a green screen and no comments. Sorry for me, why? Why are you sorry for me? I had a blessed day. I got to hang out with the people at work. I got to hang out with people at the guy at my other job. It's all good, man. Or woman, I don't know. You're a Nintendo Switch, so you're technically an it. Oh, let's see. Is this guy ever gonna pass me? Well, you've commented enough. You're my number 2 fan, Nintendo Switch. Anything else you'd like to comment? Are you a believer? Believer in Jesus Christ? Because I can? I want to? I don't know. What's wrong with smoking besides it being bad for your health? I'm not ashamed. I don't advocate for it. I'm not telling other people to smoke. I'm not telling other people not to smoke. It's a 45-minute, 50-minute drive home. You know it's bad for your lungs? Yeah, I do. You know what else is bad for your lung? Breathing this air. Oh, I'm gonna be me. See, I got family on here that'll defend me. Thank you for hopping on, Ma. What's it say on the whiteboard? Clear, consistent communication. Something like that. I think I got one of the words wrong. It's nice to see some numbers like this. If you think somebody else might be entertained, love you, Ma. So if you think that somebody might be entertained by what you see here, please share it. Friends, family, people you don't like. You know, the reason that I don't have a problem with smoking, I don't advocate it for it, I don't tell people not to do it, but the Bible, and Jesus specifically taught this. It's not what goes in a man's mouth that defiles him, it's what comes out of his mouth. And the way he treats people, it's out of his heart, how he treats people. is that that's what defiles a man. I mean, if I wasn't driving... Oh, stop. I thought you said step up. I don't have to stop, but I will. For a few minutes anyways. Yeah, that might be interesting. I'm going to stop at Dollar General, even though I don't have to. We're going to do a couple minutes of Q&A. So if you want to stick around for a few minutes, whoever's watching. I never really thought about stopping because usually I pick up everything I need at Parodies. Should we take a certain number of questions? Like I said, the sun has pretty much set at this point. Still got decent lighting, but it won't be much longer, and then we'll be riding in the dark. Today is Bumpa's birthday. So if anybody doesn't know, Bumpa would be my grandfather. He's the one that pushed for me to go to church as often as possible as a young kid and a teenager. He was a very, what's the word I want to use? An eloquent Bible believer. Stories I'm told. I find myself doing it from time to time. He would go and hang out with his brothers and sisters and debate certain topics related to theology and the Bible. And yep, taught me how to play chess. Well, I'm not sure who the third person is that's watching, but I know 2 out of the 3 is my mother and my wife. You sure Graham isn't watching in the living room? Huh. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what YouTube will allow me to do for Q&A. Yeah, that might lead to something. So it's just my mother and my wife. So I wonder what kind of questions they got for me. Oh, the Nintendo guy left. Yeah, I think he was trying to get the #1 fan little emoji. All right. Stop in here. Let's park down on the far side here so I'm not bothered by people. Sorry, lady. See, let's move this camera for a minute. Let's see. Oh, guy girl. Can I chat filter top messages? Now it's not going to let me do it. Maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Flip, mute, effects picker, stickers, hide live video, retouch, create highlight, lighting. Well, I guess I can do it without doing the Q&A. So what is my first biblical memory of Bumpa? I remember sitting in his lazy boy chair in the living room at his apartment at the Top of the Hill Apartments and going through his Bible, some of his other books, because he had the bookshelf next to his chair there. And of course, he had the library in his second bedroom. I think that's the first one that kind of pops up. That, yeah, I don't remember how old I was. Oh, there we go. Got a Q&A sticker. Yeah. Planner or spontaneous? That's not what I wanted. Start Q&A. Oh. It's asking me a question. Planner or spontaneous? So I'm probably more of a planner. So let me click on it. Huh. Oh, look at that, Ma. You made number 2. I don't know if I can get that to go away. Can I? Drag here to end Q&A. That's not the type of Q&A that I wanted. For anybody that just hopped on, I think I'm up to 4 now. My mother asked me, what is my first memory, biblical, or let's say, what is your first biblical memory of Bumpa? Bumpa being my grandfather who pushed me to go to church and taught me how to play chess. Like I just said, he had bookshelves or a bookshelf next to his lazy boy chair in his living room, Top of the Hill Apartments. And I would go through his books. I don't remember anything specific except for his Bible, which had different colored highlighters in it and notes in the margins. The next memory probably would be when we got baptized at the lower end church in Dexter. I'll probably take 1 or 2 more questions if anybody's interested. That's why I've pulled over, and it was my mother's suggestion to do stop for a Q&A because I can't really do it while I'm driving down the road. I mean, I guess I could. Let's see what happens. Yeah, the Nintendo guy or girl, whichever, it had asked me if I wanted a free Nintendo Switch, and I told him I don't even really play that many video games. I think the last time I played on a console was actually a Nintendo Switch. I think it was a Nintendo Switch 2 at my brother-in-law's, and I smoked him on Mario Kart. I hadn't played Mario Kart before that in like probably decades. But the Q&A thing is kind of interesting, Ma. I don't know exactly how that works outside of the weird questions it was trying to ask me. Boy, them are some bright-ass headlights. Oh, I swore. Nah. Gotta stop doing that. Oh, blinker. Let's see. What about living life as a Christian, theme? It's definitely different. It's way different than the life that I was living before. The closest thing I can kind of attribute to my former life is that I had a very victim-centered mentality, and now it's a victor-centered mentality, because all I do for Christ. I'm content in all that I do. I do aspire for more, but it's not like I'm, that driven to eke out every dollar I can. I'm not that type of person. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Perhaps the next generation can pick up where I've left off. I'm surprised my wife didn't have a question for me. That'd be the sheriff. Headed down through Milford. Oh, a washer. Wish I had room in the back of the truck. That's a nice one. What does a Christian living everyday life? Not sure I understand the question, Mother. What does as a Christian live as a Christian? Perhaps I don't understand the question. Are you bringing supper home? I mean, if I didn't, I would get a ration. No, kielbasa and jalapeno poppers for supper. Oh, let's see. Get up to speed here. How do you live differently? That's a good one. Read the Bible. I try to be nice to everybody. It's not, my lifestyle isn't what gets me salvation. It's a result of my salvation. So I try to be nice to everybody, treat everybody treat everybody the way I want to be treated. As a Christian. Might have to think about that one for a minute. I'm not I think I kind of got to the point of the question with that everything that I do as though I'm doing it for the Lord, whether it's my boss at work, when somebody asks me to do something, I think about it from the framework of doing it for the Lord, not for them, but that doesn't sound right either. Service is kind of being serving other people, however that works out in my ministry. I mean, our ultimate goal as Christians is to spread the good news, gospel, go out to the whole world. And this is kind of the whole world. I mean, people from all over the world have watched some of my videos, my lives. I was looking at the analytics earlier, and kind of the, what's that word? It kind of shows me the age, the location. What else? There's another data point there. But most people that watch are 45 up. Most people are from the US. There's some people from Poland, Russia, Japan that have watched, however briefly. Mostly men. It's just nature of the world or the internet. Mostly men are watching stuff on their phone, or sounds bad, but I try to bring light to a world of darkness. Woo. Some cold air. The temperature dropped pretty hard. My head's cold. The lighting is pretty decent, even though, I mean, I'm driving into the night here, but oh, how was everybody's day? If any locals are watching, my mother's a local, my wife's a local. There's at least one other person watching. But from what I understand, the Bangor Mall is no longer open due to the building not being up to code, specifically the sewer system. It's too bad, because there was a church that had not a building in the mall, but space in the mall where they held services and Bible studies. Can't remember the name of it. I know at one point it was House 274 or something like that, and then they changed their name. Requirements, rules, etc. to become a Christian and remain so, believing in Jesus Christ, that he died on the cross for our sins. That's a pretty simple rule, isn't it? I mean, there's 66 books to go through, and I don't think I can do it driving down the road. If I had better internet at the house, I'd stream over on Patreon free, and we could go through some of the stuff. Yep. But I think it's either in Revelation, I know it's in the New Testament, but it talks about it's the meat and potatoes, the deeper topics of the Bible. And you know, even Jeffrey Dahmer on his, before he was executed, claimed to be converted and believed in Jesus Christ. So it just goes to show that the most broken souls out there can return to God, Yahweh. And that's where grace comes in. A lot of people will preach about, you gotta stop doing this, you gotta stop doing that. But grace, when we walk through the gates of heaven, and St. Peter asks us why we should be allowed into heaven, just one word: grace. We're broken people. We've been broken since the beginning of time. Since the first man, we've been broken. Aw, that's not right. Maybe that's why I've been riding in the cold. My temperature thing was right in the middle. You can already feel some heat. I'm not even doing the speed limit. Doing 50 and a 55. Come on, guy. Let's get this up to speed. Set cruise control for a few minutes. Oh, perfect lighting. You can go see trees out on the left-hand side of me. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. I definitely appreciate the likes. I'm curious as to how many subscribers I've picked up on the ride home. On average, I've been getting one a day, which I appreciate. Hoping that more people will come into the community and ask questions that, again, I may not even know the answer to. Oh, it's gotten a lot darker now that I look at the screen. Even though the background is kind of bright. It doesn't really make sense. It's, oh, somebody on the side of the road. Looks like they're all right. Again, I want to mention, especially for those who might be watching this on a replay later on, I put out, Monday through Friday, I put out daily devotionals. We're working our way through Proverbs right now. It's over on Patreon, so patreon.com/Brother Alec. For those who may sign up for the $1 a month membership, there's topical deep dives, the most recent being spiritual maturity. I might try to put out a poll on YouTube as a post to see if what the next topic might be. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, stop it. The last part of that question is a topic that has been debated for a long time. You know, I've heard from a lot of people, once saved, always saved. And then I've heard from people that say that you can lose your salvation, which, you know, think about it from an earthly term. You give your child a gift, and then because of their continued bad behavior, you take away that gift. I don't think that's the case with God. God's not going to give you the most wonderful gift he could have ever given us, the right to enter heaven and be with him for eternity. I don't think there's any way that that he's going to revoke that gift. You know, I think once somebody kind of comes to the understanding that this person is not really a person, it's God in the flesh, the Word became flesh. Oh, my ADHD got me. But yeah, I don't think there's any way to lose your salvation. I have yet to find scripture that says anything to the sort. Another topic that I like to debate with people is the gift of speaking in tongues. But it's not just the gift of speaking in tongues, it's the gift of speaking and hearing in tongues. You know, there's many anecdotal evidence of people going to a foreign country where they don't understand the language, yet God gives them the supernatural ability to understand that language when somebody's preaching or, you know, bringing a message, a biblical message. They understand it somehow. And there's biblical evidence for that kind of speaking in tongues. I believe it's around the time of Pentecost, and it's I might be mistaken, but it says, all these people that speak in different tongues, they all understood the message that was being preached. And that's the supernatural gift of speaking in tongues. It's not, the gibberish you hear at some churches. Yeah, see, now you can't even see my face. You can just see the background. But I could sit down and break it down and show each side of it. But my understanding is the supernatural ability to speak or hear in tongues, or speak and hear tongues, which is another word for language, a known language. There's scripture that points to that, not the gibberish that we hear out of certain churches. That's a huge topic of debate, closely tied with the salvation issue. Another one, kind of related to that question, is requirements, and specifically the requirements to be a leader in a church. There's two. There's one for deacon and there's one for bishop. There's no church position of pastor in the Bible. It's not supposed to just be one guy up there the whole time. Everybody should have something to share, a song, a poem, a message of some sort. Can I see myself on TV? Nope. So the call of, and I can dig deeper into it in a message or breakdown or something like that, but the basic qualifications are men. That's the first qualification. Who are married. That's the second qualification. And after that, the qualifications kind of deviate a little bit, but both of them, I think, talk about or outline household in order. One of them, I'm pretty sure, talks about not being a drunkard or a drunk. And that disqualifies a lot of church leadership. But they won't show that. They won't show, or they won't allow that to be exposed because they don't want to lose their authority. They don't have any authority to begin with, but that kind of leads me into talking about the reason I don't regularly attend a church. Because one, the church leadership may be inappropriate, but there's also like this weird culture of cliques. If you're buddy with the leadership in the church, you can ask for something, hey, I need help with my car payment, my house payment, I need to fix my water heater, whatever. The church will help. But you gotta be buddy. You gotta be in that clique. You gotta play the game. And I don't like that at all. If I need help with something and I go to a church, the leadership anyways, and say, hey, I need some help with, some propane. If they don't help me, fine. I'll just go to the next church to ask for help. But the likelihood of that situation and you getting help without being, in the clique, it's very slim. At one point, I was looking at getting my truck driving license, and the only way that I was going to be able to afford it is if the church that I was attending helped me, because I just couldn't afford it. Let's go then. So in the last few minutes here, we're almost to the house. If you guys have a prayer request or a praise of what God's doing in your life, leave it in the comments. I'm sure this will mostly be for people watching the replay. I'd like to start like a prayer warrior chain or whatever it's called. I do follow a guy on YouTube. I'm subscribed to a guy on YouTube who that's pretty much all he does. He streams twice a day, kind of like I do. And all he does, or what I've seen so far, is he takes prayer requests, which is awesome. You know, we all need prayer. Oh yeah, now you guys can see in the background kind of what I was looking at drive home. It's pretty blue up there. So I'm really grateful that people come on here, whether they watch for 20 seconds or 20 minutes or watch the whole thing, because it shows, like now I've got 2 people watching, and normally by this time I've got 0 people watching. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the 6 likes I got. I'm grateful that the Lord has given me guidance in a very organic way. You know, at first I started streaming on the ride home. Now I'm streaming both ways, on the ride to work and on the ride home. Bumpy patch there. Putting out content Monday through Friday for free. Starting to put out some content for those who are willing to sign up for $1 a month. I'm curious as to what his next step will be for me. Pretty much home. Thank you everybody for watching. Maybe watch one of the previous live streams, get an idea of how scatterbrained I am. You already know. Yesterday, my wife had to remind me of something that I was talking about just a few minutes before, because I'm a goldfish. Let's see. Nintendo guy. Yeah, I don't think Nintendo guy liked me smoking. I don't know why you didn't get my wife didn't get a number 1, number 2, number 3, maybe because somebody else had it. Oh, ooh, what's that name? Oh, I can't even pronounce that one. Golden Beeb, I subscribed. Still not sure what intermediate school is. I don't know if that's intermediate. In between? Not sure. Okay, bro. Sub. Hush. Something there. Yeah. Stop that. I know. Well, there we go. I hope God has blessed you in some way today. He's definitely blessed me and my family. Perhaps somebody will share this or tell somebody about, this guy that live streams driving down the road. But you guys will see me in the morning.